Farewell, thy dungeons dark and strang, the wretch's destiny. Macpherson's time will no be lang by yonder gallows tree. Say rantingly, say wantingly, say dauntingly gaed he. He played a tune and he danced around below the gallows tree. It was by a woman's treacherous hand that I was condemned to die. She stood upon a windy ledge and a blanket threw over me. Oh, what is death but parting breath on many a bloody plain? I dared his face, and in this place I scorn him yet again. Say rantingly, say wantingly, say dauntingly gave he. He played a tune and he danced around below the gallows tree. Oh, say rantingly, say wantingly, say dauntingly gave he. He played a tune and he danced around below the gallows tree. So untie these bands from off my hands and bring me to my sword. There's no a man in all Scotland but I'll brave him matter what. I've lived a life of sturt and strife, I die by treachery. It burns my heart that I must depart and not avenged be. Oh, say rantingly, say wantingly, say dauntingly gave he. He played a tune and he danced around below the gallows tree. Oh, say rantingly, say wantingly, say dauntingly gave he. He played a tune and he danced around below the gallows tree. Now fair we light thy sunshine bright, and all beneath the sky. Make coward shame to stain his name, the wretch that dares not die. Oh, say rantingly, say wantingly, say dauntingly gave he. He played a tune and he danced around below the gallows tree. Oh, say rantingly, say wantingly, say dauntingly gave he. He played a tune and he danced around below the gallows tree. Below the gallows tree. Below the gallows tree. Well, good evening and welcome everybody to the Music from the Dungeon. So it's the first Music from the Dungeon show that we're doing. We recently did the other weekend the 700 Live Ceilidh, which went really well. Lots of good feedback from that. So we're back again, and this is going to be a weekly programme on a Saturday night. So I hope everybody's having a good weekend, although the days do melt into one at the moment. It's difficult to know what day is what, but I hope everybody's having a good weekend and a good night tonight. So my name is Neil Mackay. I'm the founder and national coordinator at All Under One Banner. And the song I've just played for you there is called Macpherson's Rant. It's also known as Macpherson's Farewell. It's a song about injustice, about James Macpherson. It's a real-life character who was an outlaw, lived in north-east Scotland, one of the travelling people and a leader of a band of robbers. He was very generous to the poor, but he was an enemy of Lord Duff, the Laird of Bracco. And he was caught in Keith and hanged at the Cross of Banff on the 16th of November 1700. He's a fine fiddler and a mighty swordsman. But he composed this tune the night before his execution, and he played it on the scaffold on his fiddle, smashing the fiddle after they'd done, so nobody could play it again. It was rewritten by Robert Burns in 1788, so I hope you enjoyed that. So, yeah, we're here for an hour tonight. It's myself, and we've got Greg McCarra as a guest. You may well have remembered Greg from the 700 Live Ceilidh. So Greg's coming on a couple of times to play some songs. We're looking forward to that. Now, as you can see, I'm self-isolating in the dungeon, keep myself safe. Now, in terms of all under one banner, we postponed our Broth, and we postponed Glasgow on the 2nd of May and Peebles on the 6th of June. We had a full schedule this year. The rest of them remain live. They may well occur, but obviously it's unlikely, but we're taking one at a time, and updates will follow. But the important point of information I want to mention is that we will be doing a digital Ceilidh, just like the 700 Live, for every March that doesn't take place. So on the 2nd of May, please come and join me for a 2-hour live Ceilidh with a broad variety of musicians and performers. So a lot to look forward to in that. I also want to say tonight that this is obviously it's a global crisis, global pandemic, and my thoughts and prayers go out to everyone fighting this virus personally, everyone who's contracted it and who's fighting the struggle to beat it. I really wish you well, and especially also I wish all family and friends who've lost loved ones already to this. Extremely difficult times. So thoughts and prayers tonight. Special thanks to all frontline workers, in particular the NHS, but all key workers, because everybody's playing their part, keeping food and transport going, the food networks and the transport, everything. All key workers are doing really well. Also thanks to all of us, and thanks on behalf of all of us for following the advice. And it's really tough. The vast majority of people at the moment don't seem that they have this, or they may well have it and we haven't tested, but certainly we're in lockdown. We're just about to enter the 5th week of lockdown in Scotland, and it is difficult. There's no doubt about it, especially with the bright weather. But please, everyone, keep sticking to the advice, because the more we do this, the stricter we do this, the sooner that we can actually come out of this, and we'll beat this bug and we'll get through the other side. So just thanks on behalf of everybody, to everybody, wherever you're tuning in from. I know that it's a global pandemic, so it's going on around the world. A lot of people are in lockdown, so if you're seeing this, I really wish you well tonight, and I really hope you enjoy the show. We are one people, and we're on the one planet, and this is now clearer than ever before. So I've got one more song to play just now. I'm going to play a song called Raggle, Taggle, Gypsy. So I'm going to play some traditional songs tonight, and one of my own songs, because I'm a singer-songwriter as well, so I'm going to play one of my own songs. But here's Raggle, Taggle, Gypsy. This is a traditional Scottish folk song, a song from 1740. So it's very old. It's a border ballad, popular across the world, in particular Ireland and North America. And you'll hear the words of the song yourself, but it concerns a wealthy lady who runs off with the gypsies, or more appropriately termed, the travelling folk. So let's play that, and I hope you enjoy. There were 3 bold gypsies came to our hall door. They came brave and boldly, oh, well, the one sang high, the other sang low. The lady sang the Raggle, Taggle, Gypsy-o. Well, it was upstairs and downstairs a lady went, put on a suit of leather, oh. There came a cry from around the door, she's away with the Raggle, Taggle, Gypsy-o. Well, it was late that night when the Lord came in, inquiring on his lady, oh. The servant girl, well, she said to the Lord, she's away with the Raggle, Taggle, Gypsy-o. saddle for me, my milk-white steed, my big horse is not speedy-o. Then I will ride till I seek my bride, she's away with the Raggle, Taggle, Gypsy-o. Well, he rode east and he rode west, he rode north and south also, until he came to a wide open plain, was there that he spied his lady-o. Oh, how could you leave your house and your land? How could you leave your money, oh? How could you leave your only wedded lord, all for a Raggle, Taggle, Gypsy, oh? She said, what care I for my house and my land? What care I for money, oh? I'd rather have a kiss from my yellow gypsy's lips, I'm away with the Raggle, Taggle, Gypsy, oh. Oh, how could you leave your goose feather bed with blankets strewn so comely, oh? How could you leave your only wedded lord, all for a Raggle, Taggle, Gypsy, oh? She said, what care I for my goose feather bed with blankets strewn so comely, oh? Tonight I lie in a wide open field in the arms of my Raggle, Taggle, Gypsy, oh. Oh, there were three bold gypsies came to our hall door. They came brave and boldly, oh. Well, one sang high, the other sang low. The lady sang the Raggle, Taggle, Gypsy, oh. Okay, so that was Raggle, Taggle, Gypsy. And we're now pleased to welcome Greg McCarra onto the show. Hello, Greg.
Hi Neil, how you doing?
Can you hear me okay there, Greg?
I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. So, thanks for joining me in my dungeon tonight.
And strong in there, isn't it?
And so, as you were on the 700 Live Ceilidh, for those in the audience who missed that, and we explained at the time that you're the Chief Executive of the Scottish Independence Foundation. So what I was going to ask you, for the benefit of those people that don't know what the Scottish Independence Foundation is and what you do, if you could maybe say a few words about that, please.
Well, the fewest words that I could say it in is we give free money away to people to help win Scottish independence. That's usually enough to catch most people's attention. We were formed a couple of years ago with a few folk with a bit of spare money, a good bit of spare money, who put a chunk of it into helping get campaigning for the next referendum, the second and last referendum, to get that going, because things are a bit too quiet. And political parties obviously do the heavy lifting in terms of funding, but grassroots needed a wee bit of help to get going, and that's why we were created. Grassroots organisations, the Length and Breadth of Scotland, have got money from us, about £200,000 over the last 2 years. And that's the kind of stuff that we do. If you see somebody in a street stall handing out leaflets, then every chance that their gazebo or their leaflets are come from funding which we've given them or we've helped to subsidise the creating the things in the first place.
That's great, Greg. Thanks for that. Now, on a more musical note, I wanted to understand from you, when did you first learn guitar? What was your experience? What was your journey? When did you decide that you wanted to learn guitar, and what were your musical influences at that time?
When I was a youngster at school, I got caught up in the kind of the folk revival, or the later stage of the folk revival. So the earliest influences on me were the likes of Donovan and Dylan, and I was intrigued by their stuff. And I started learning a few of the songs, and I realised, air guitar wasn't quite good enough, so I had to start learning guitar. Fortunately, my big sister taught me my first 3 chords. An old friend who I haven't chatted with for about 15 years contacted me a couple of days ago, Ray Templeton, and he taught me my next 3 chords. I took it from there. I've got a reasonable ear for music, so I kind of largely taught myself guitar, listening to music from, as I say, Dylan and Donovan, Bert Jansch, ragtime from Stephen Grossman, and then, of course, magnificent music at that time was James Taylor, Joni Mitchell, and people of that sort. So they were all my musical influences, and I thank them very much for what they've done for music in general.
Indeed, Greg. So we're delighted to have you on the show again. So can you fire on now? I think you're going to play a couple of songs for us now.
Sure. Last week I did my what is now I realised my favourite song, Freedom Camoye, written by Hamish Henderson. Well, this one's also written by Hamish Henderson, and it's the John McLean March. Aye, Mac, did you see as he came in the gorgie? War the lamb of law, not all the day. Yon man is coming, and the hail tune is thunderhood, where I share he'll win back to Glasgow. The Chinas and Porters on a marching the Clydebank, come out now and hear him, he'll be our Frankie bide. Turn out, Jock and Jimmy, leave your crans and give my whole grand praise. Great John McLean's coming home to the Clyde. Argyle Street and London roads, the route that we're marching. The lads pray their pretty law, I hear tell young man. I knew where you had from your great heel and shook up, get your pipe mate and march at the head of the run. Ah, well, when it's finished, I'll walk back to Springburn. Come in for your tea, John, we'll soon hae fed. It's hard work this sticking, I'm sure you'll be tired tonight. I'll sleep on the flare, Mac, hae John the bed. The hill city's quiet now, the kens that is resting. In way his flesh between their fame and their pride. The red will be won, the lads in Scotland will march again now. Great John McLean's come home to the Clyde. The hill city's quiet now, the kens that is resting. The same way his flesh between their fame and their pride. The red will be won, the lads in Scotland will march again now. Great John McLean has come to the Clyde. I'll do another one now. I'd describe it frankly as the most beautiful love song ever written. So therefore, of course, it was written by one Robert Burns. If on kiss, if on kiss, and then we sever. If farewell, alas, forever. Deep in her brow, tears of plenty, warring sighs and groans, I'll wish thee. Who shall say that fortune grieves him, while the star of hope she leaves him? Meany chief who twinkle lights me, dark despair around benights me. I'll ne'er blame my partial fancy, Nathan could resist my Nancy, for to see her was the lover, love but her and love forever. Had we never loved so kindly, had we never loved so lightly, never met nor never parted, we would never be broken hearted. Fairly real thou first and fairest, fairly real thou best Dundee is I'm the Elka, Jordan's measure, peace and joy and love and pleasure. If one kiss and then sever, if it will, alas, forever, deep in her brow, tears of magic, warning sighs and groans by away.
That's great, Greg. Thank you very much. And we're going to have you back on soon, I think, aren't you? After I'll play a couple of songs and then we'll come back to you. So we'll talk to you soon, Greg.
Thanks, Neil.
Okay. Okay, that was great. So next up, I'm going to play a song called Johnny Cope, which many of you will be familiar with. But before I do that, I've got to stress, it's very important if you're enjoying the show tonight that you tweet with the hashtag Music Dungeon, hashtag Music Dungeon. So if you're enjoying the show, if you want to show, let everybody know that you're enjoying the show. If you want to say anything at all, please get that hashtag trending if you can. Get it out there, hashtag Music Dungeon. Okay. Right, so next up, I'll play a song called Johnny Cope. So this is written by a man called Adam Skirving, who was born in 1719 and died in 1803. It commemorates the Battle of Prestonpans, which was fought on the 21st of September 1745, where forces led by Charles Edward Stuart of Bonnie Prince Charlie, the Jacobites, defeated the Redcoats army, who were led by Sir John Cope. Skirvin was a local farmer who visited the battlefield that day. The battle lasted less than 15 minutes. The Highland Charge won the day on that day, and it was a huge boost for the morale at that time. We know what happened after that, but this is a song of victory and a song of defeat for the Redcoat general who ran away. Cope sent a challenge fae Dunbar, said Charlie, meet me in your dar. I'll learn ye the arts of war if you meet me in the morning. Charlie looked the letter upon, he drew his sword and scabbard from. Follow me, my merry men, and we'll meet Johnny Cope in the morning. Hey Johnny Cope, are you walking yet, or are your drums a beating yet? If you were walking I would wait to gang to the calls in the morning. Hey Johnny Cope, are you walking yet, or are your drums a beating yet? If you were walking I would wait to gang to the calls in the morning. Come now Johnny, be as good as your word, and let us try with fire and sword. Then he flee like a frightened bird to chase fate's nest in the morning. Johnny Cope, he heard no this, he said to himself, no it wouldn't be amiss, gonna saddle my horse in readiness to flee a war in the morning. Hey Johnny Cope, are you walking yet, or are your drums a beating yet? If you were walking I would wait to gang to the calls in the morning. Hey Johnny Cope, you walking yet, or are your drums a beating yet? If you were walking I would wait to gang to the calls in the morning. Fine now Johnny, get up and run, the Highland bagpipes macadin. 'Tis better to sleep in the hailskin, it'll be a bloody morning. Johnny Cope to Dunbar came, they smeared the timp, where's all your men? The deal confound me, can I ken, but I left them on the morning. Hey Johnny Cope, you walking yet, or are your drums a beating yet? If you were walking I would wait to gang to the calls in the morning. Hey Johnny Cope, you walking yet, or are your drums a beating yet? If you were walking I would wait to gang to the calls in the morning. Truth now Johnny, you weren't late to come with the news of your own defeat, and leave your men in sick and straight so early in the morning. Faithful Johnny, I got 6 legs with their claymores and the full of bags, gonna face them again, they'll break my legs. So I wish shoes all good morning. Hey Johnny Cope, you walking yet? Or are your drums a beating yet? If you were walking, I would wait to gang to the coals in the morning. Hey Johnny Cope, you walking yet? Or are your drums a beating yet? If you were walking, I would wait to gang to the coals in the morning. Okay, so that's Johnny Cope, and I'm going to play another one now. Let's keep this show going. We've got Bonnie Dundee up next. Now, many of you'll know this song. It's written by Walter Scott in 1825 in honour of John Graham, the 7th Laird of Claverhouse, who was created first Viscount of Dundee in 1688, November 1688, sorry. The tune itself dates back to 1630 in the Skene manuscript under the title Adieu Dundee, which I found out. Very simply, Bonnie Dundee, John Graham, Claverhouse, led the Jacobite uprising in 1689, but he died, I would say, unfortunately, at the Battle of Killiecrankie. It was a victory for the Jacobites, but their leader, the commander, fell. Had he survived, what would have happened? Who knows? The 1707 Union, perhaps, may not have happened. So, here we go. Bonnie Dundee. To the Lords of Convention, 'twas Claverhouse spoke. Ere the King's crown go down, there are crowns to be broke. So each cavalier that loves honour and me, let him follow the bonnet, so Bonnie Dundee. Come fill up my cup, come fill up my can, saddle my horses and call out my men, unhook the Westport and let us gae free. For it's up with the bonnet, oh Bonnie Dundee. Dundee, he is mounted and rides up the street, the bells tearing backwards, the drums tear beat. But the provost man says just let him be, but the tune is well read, oh that devil Dundee. Come fill up my cup, come fill up my can, saddle my horses and call out my men, unhook the Westport and let us gae free. For it's up with the bonnet, so Bonnie Dundee. There are hills beyond Pentland and lands beyond Forth, be the lords in the south, there are chiefs in the north. There are bravery vassals, 3,000 times 3, cry high for the bonnet, oh Bonnie Dundee. Come fill up my cup, come fill up my can, saddle my horses and call out my men, unhook the Westport and let us gae free. For it's up with the bonnet, so Bonnie Dundee. And it's a war to the hill, to the lee and the rock. Ere I own a ewe supper, I'll couch with a fox. So tremble, false wigs, in the midst of your glee, for you've not seen the last of my bonnet Dundee. Come fill up my cup, come fill up my can, saddle my horses and call out my men, unhook the Westport and let us gae free. For it's up with the bonnet, so Bonnie Dundee. Come fill up my cup, come fill up my can, saddle my horses and call out my men, unhook the Westport and let us gae free. For it's up with the bonnet, oh Bonnie Dundee. Okay, Bonnie Dundee and Johnny Cope. A couple of songs there for you to enjoy. I hope you've enjoyed that. Again, please tweet with the hashtag #MusicDungeon. Let's see your comments out on the Twitter sphere. Okay, so next up, we're going back to Greg. Greg, are you there?
I'm indeed. Yep.
Hi, Greg. Okay, so I know you're about to play a couple of songs, but I was just curious, and everyone will be interested to know, have you ever played in any bands before? And if so, what were they?
I've variety of bands. In recent years, I've played in two. There was Chiltern with Carol and Jimmy, and then round about the same time, I was quite regularly playing in Burach with Hera, Frank and Aaron. Several of other people have also played with them, but the three of them are stuck together. But way back when I was at school and afterwards as a student, played in a three-piece ragtime band, ragtime guitar called Phlogiston, or Phlogiston if you want to get his proper name. So that was the early makings of me back when I was a wee boy.
Excellent. Okay, Greg, brilliant. This is a bit of a random question, so I hope you can answer this. Can you tell us if you were to pick a band, an artist, anybody in all the history at all, so past or present, that you could see live, who would you pick if you could see live? Obviously, in some sort of hypothetical reality, considering concerts are often now for good reason, but if you could pick somebody who you would love to see live, the past or present, who would that be?
You know, part of that, you've got to be careful what you wish for, Neil. There's some people that I would have loved to have seen in their heyday, and I have had a chance to see them more recently. But when I saw Dylan in Glasgow a few years ago, let's just say that I preferred listening to the records. However, a year or two ago, I got to see James Taylor in Glasgow, and absolutely magnificent. I'd always wanted to see him. I have to say the best gig I was ever at in my life, though, was in the early 70s in Wembley, and it was Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, Joni Mitchell and the band. While they were playing, allegedly George Harrison jumped up on stage and played guitar. And so seen some good gigs. The question though is, who would I like to see? Mm-hmm. There was a band around a good while ago called Pentangle. They reunited, but a few of them croaked, unfortunately. And Jackie McShea, great singer, Terry Cox, brilliant drummer. But as a guitarist and a picker, I was greatly impressed by Bert Jansch and John Renburn. And the guy who impressed me more and more as the years went on was Danny Thompson, their double bassist. Mm-hmm. You're not supposed to play double bass like that man plays it. It just makes it sit up and back. It's fantastic. So Pentangle would be it. But here's one that's a wee bit kind of out in the extremes that might surprise you. The one person I'd like to hear the most would be Johann Sebastian Bach. I love harmony. And nobody in the history of the planet has mastered harmony as much as Bach did. I like listening to his music. Don't really play any of it seriously, and I would love to have heard him perform. So there's your answer.
That's brilliant, Greg. Okay, well, you've got another couple of songs. We're really looking forward to hearing them. On you go.
Okay, a nice, wee, gentle, traditional Scottish song, The Wild Mountain Thyme. And I'm sure there's a few folk at home listening to this. Why don't you just sing it along, eh? There's nobody going to say anything to you because nobody can hear you. You're in isolation. Okay, The Wild Mountain Thyme. Oh, the summer time has come, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will we go, lassie, go, and we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will we go, lassie, go? I will build my lava near yon pure crystal fountain. I am done it, I will pile all the flowers of the mountain. Will we go, lassie, go, and we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will we go, lassie, go? If my true love she were gone, I will surely find no other where the wild mountain thyme grows around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go, and we'll all go will you go, lassie, go? Right, and I'll finish off with it's kind of mixed instrumental, wee short song. It's actually it's a poem by W.B. Yeats, but put to a beautiful tune. It's one of my favourites. A lovely wee, short but perfectly formed to my Irish song. Sally Gardens.
That was great, Greg. Thank you. Thank you. And just before you go, I forgot to ask you, how are you coping just now with the lockdown that's going on?
Never knew. I moved house just short of a year ago. I never knew I still had so many things needing done in the house. But I'm working from home, and frankly, the stuff that I do meant I could do it from home anyway. So I'm not bored yet. It's folk that don't have things to do that, well, you have my best wishes.
Okay, Greg. Well, listen, thanks very much for joining us tonight. You take care of yourself, and we'll see you again on the show soon, I hope.
Hope so, Neil. Thanks very much.
Okay then. All the best.
Bye.
Okay, everyone. Welcome back. Okay, so just to remind you, if you're enjoying the show, if you want to get a tweet up with the hashtag Music Dungeon, that would be great. Your comments, your feedback, well received. Okay, so I'm going to play a song now, my own song. It's called It's on the Horizon, and it's about winning independence for Scotland, funnily enough. Now, let me just see. So, yeah, it's taking bits of Scottish history and also forward-looking as is where we find ourselves. So what I want to do is I want to dedicate this song to my daughters, who I'm not seeing at the moment because of the lockdown. But if they're watching tonight, Isla, Zoe, and Nina Rose, this is for you. I remember invaders came to conquer and colonize. They came as Rome, they came in tribes. We joined together to fight and held our ground, gave our lives. Alaba was born in ancient times. Independence is rising, it's on the horizon. Independence is rising, it's on the horizon. It's on the horizon. I remember when he fell right in the coast that night. Edward's armies came marching in, the darkest winter there's ever been. But Scotland's children arose again, brave guardians of the realm. The people's king, he won the war, declared the sovereign nation. I remember when those roads were bought and sold, signed away our parliament. What a crime for us to behold. The people revolted, burning the articles across the nation. We never consented and never gave up on restoration. Independence is rising, it's on the horizon. 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 It's on the horizon. I've traveled through all these lives, I have died 1,000 times, but now it isn't long to go. I have worn so many clothes, got barnacles on my soul, but this time I can sail away. Yeah. I will remember that we marched all under one banner towards a referendum and voted for liberty. Our Independence Day party it continued for a week, and we did deliver a nation for the majority. Independence is rising, it's on the horizon. 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 It's on the horizon. I want to take some time away from it all, take some time away from it all, but I'll be at the line to answer the call. Answer the call, answer the call, answer the call. Come on and answer the call. It's on the horizon. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. So let's move on. So it's on the horizon. my own song there. I'm glad that went well. And let's have a look. So, yeah, we're getting to the end of the show now. It's a quick hour, or near enough an hour anyway. This is the first Music for the Dungeon programme that we're doing. We did the other one, the 700 Live Ceilidh. Did the 700 Live Ceilidh the other night, and that went very well and got good feedback. Everybody was fantastic that was on that. And that is the first live show that I've ever hosted and played on. So tonight, I just want to repeat a few of the key messages. Again, that the Arbroath, so we postponed the Arbroath all under one banner with marches for independence scheduled for this year, with 7 of them, with the big march in Glasgow on the 11th of January. It saw over 80,000 people take to the streets for an independent Scotland. It was brilliant, torrential weather, gale force winds. If you were there, you'll remember the atmosphere. It was a carnival atmosphere after the general election, and it was brilliant. We had 7 more planned for this year, but unfortunately and understandably having to cancel them because of COVID-19 and the pandemic. So, as I say, we've cancelled Glasgow just now on the 2nd of May, but to substitute for that, we're going to do another live Ceilidh, and Peebles was going to be on the 6th of June, so we're going to do another live Ceilidh for that as well. And we will repeat that with all of the dates as we progress throughout the year. Hopefully, at one point, if it needs to be all of them cancelled, then obviously safety comes first. We've got to get through this, and get through this, we will. So on that point, just to wrap it up, before I play Scots Wha Hae, and I'll give a wee introduction to that, I just want to thank you all for tuning in tonight. I hope everybody's getting through this okay. Every day is a bit of a roller coaster now. I know, speaking for myself, my moods can go up and down all in the one day. It's almost like we're all connected, and our moods are all over the place. We don't know what day of the week it is, and there's a lot of negative emotions and thoughts that we can feel and think, and it'll drive us crazy, and it's not going to do us any good. So we've just got to deal with what is. We've got to accept it as it is, and the reason that we're in lockdown, remember, is to flatten that curve, to protect the NHS and save lives, as I say. So we are doing it. We're already several weeks in, which is amazing, really. If you'd have said, 4 weeks ago that we would be in lockdown for the next 4 weeks, it would have felt ages away. But although it has taken its time to pass, some days can drag in, for sure, time still flies. Time still goes at the same pace. And so we're 4 weeks into this already. And everybody's doing great. So just to repeat, special thanks to all NHS workers, doctors, nurses, everybody, surgeons, paramedics, everybody involved in the NHS who's working flat out to save lives and to keep us well, and all key workers as well. Everybody that's working in the economy just now to keep it going. So thanks very much on behalf of everyone for what you're doing. And the care workers as well. And also, again, thanks to all of us, on behalf of all of us, for following the advice, because the more we follow it, the sooner we can beat this bug and this lockdown can get lifted. Fingers crossed, as soon as possible. But we're all doing great, and I really hope you enjoyed the show. So just to repeat, before I finish up, it's hashtag Music Dungeon. If you can tweet with that would be great. Give us your thoughts, give us your feedback. Let us know what you thought of the show. We'll be back next Saturday night, same again at this time. And what I'll do is I'm going to finish up now with Scots Wha Hae. This is written by Robert Burns in 1793 in the form of a speech given by Robert the Bruce before the Battle of Bannockburn in 1314. So a speech to the Scottish armies. Now the song, a bit of background information to this at the time, the song was sent by Burns to his publisher George Thompson at the end of August in 1793, and the title it had was called Robert Bruce's March to Bannockburn. And the postscript saying that he had been inspired by Bruce's, and this is Burns' words, by Bruce's glorious struggle for freedom associated with the glowing ideas of some other struggles of the same nature, not quite so ancient. And that's taken to be a covert reference to the radical movement that was rising up at that time, in particular to the trial of the Glasgow lawyer, Thomas Muir of Hunters Hill. Now, before I start the song, we're going to have a Zoom event, all under one banner. It's going to be launched. I don't know if anybody's downloaded Zoom. I'm getting to grips with it. Many of you will have, but we're going to have it's going to be launched on Facebook and Twitter, and it's going to be on the 1820 Radical Uprising, which is 200 years anniversary this year. So we'll get that online within the next day or two, and that's going to be for next Friday. And it's Murray Armstrong who I spoke to today, and he's written a great book all about this, and he's going to give us a talk on, he's going to deliver a talk on it for about 15 minutes. There will be a round of questions. Murray will come back, answer some questions. We'll repeat that. There'll be more questions, and he'll come back, and then we'll wrap up. So it's from 7 o'clock to 8:15 p.m. next Friday, via the All Under One Banner Facebook page. So I hope you can join us. It'll be enlightening, to say the least, and it's very, very important that we continue the struggle. Okay, so on that note, I'm going to finish off with Scots Wha Hae. I really hope you've enjoyed the show. Remember, tweet with #MusicDungeon. My name's Neil Mackay, and see you next week after this. Thank you. Scots Wha Hae where Wallace bled, Scots one Bruce has often led. Welcome to your gory bed, to victory. And now's the day, and now's the year. See the front of battle, see approach proud Edward's power, chains and slavery. Oh, war would be a traitor knave, war safe face as be a slave. War would fill a coward's grave, let him turn and flee. Oh, in war for Scotland's king and law, freedom's sword will strongly draw. Free man stand or free man fall, let him on with me. Oh, and by oppression's woes and pains, for our sons in servile chains, we will drain our dearest veins, but they shall be free. Oh, and lay the proud usurper low, tyrants fall in every foe, liberties in every blow, let us do our deed. Oh, Scots Wha Hae where Wallace bled, has often led. Welcome to your gory bed, to victory. Oh, now's the day and now's the year. See the front of battle, see approach proud Edward's power, chains and slavery. War would be a traitor knave, war safe face as be a slave. War would fill a coward's grave, let him turn and flee. Oh, in war for Scotland's king and law, freedom's sword will strongly draw. Free man stand or free man fall, let him on with me. Oh, and by oppression's woes and pains, for our sons in servile chains, we will drain our dearest veins, but they shall be free. Oh, and lay the proud usurper low, tyrants fall in every foe, liberties in every blow, let us do what need. Oh, and lay the proud usurper low, tyrants fall in every foe, liberties in every blow, let us do ordeal. Scots Wha Hae.